This film starts with a fight in an MMA competition. Case Walker is a really strong fighter. He wants to use all his skills to win this game. Case seems to be winning because he is better at fighting. However, his coach tells him to be patient and finish the fight in 2 rounds. The coach says that if he defeats his opponent right now, no one will want to fight him again. But Case really wants to finish the match quickly. After that, Case sees his old friend Brody James, who is a professional MMA fighter, at a club. Brody tells Case that he has joined PFC Combat, and introduces him to the marketing director, Micah Cruz. Brody wants Case to train him for a big championship fight against a very strong and tall fighter named Cesar Braga in Bangkok. However, Case says no and advises Brody to cancel the fight because Braga is not an easy opponent. But Brody continues to comfort him, understanding that Case needs to find his way back and trying to keep him on the right path. In that parking lot, Brody is kissing a woman when her husband arrives with another man. They made a video and her husband fought with Brody. After witnessing the situation, Case realized that it was all just a play, so he punches the large man and knocks him out. The following day, Case reluctantly agrees to Brody's offer and travels to Thailand. After Brody and Braga get to Thailand, they have a meeting with journalists to get ready for the game. One reporter includes Braga's former wife in their discussion. Braga gets really angry and can't control himself. He ends up flipping the table in front of him, which scares everyone else. But that wasn't the end of it. While he is venting his anger in the bathroom, he accidentally shatters the mirror. After seeing how strong Braga is, Brody's desire to fight quickly disappears. Case arrived in Thailand and went to his hotel, but it wasn't very nice. Case leaves his things at the hotel and goes to Top Fight Gym, where Brody trains for PFC Combat. But it seems like nobody wants Case to be there, not even Brody's coach Matty Ramos. Case is getting ready to train Brody. At the same time, a fighter named Cobra is also training. People are very excited because Cobra is the strongest fighter in the gym after Brody. During a practice match, Cobra can easily defeat his opponent. However, his attention gets distracted when he sees Case training by themselves in the corner of the room. Cobra feels that Case's training is not impressive. After Brody gets to the gym, he asks Case if he wants to spar with him. But then Cobra enters and insists that Case must practice fighting with him before anything else. Case isn't sure if he wants to fight Cobra, but because Case believes in his own skills, he eventually agrees to practice fight with him. During practice, Case easily stops Cobra from moving and only uses a few simple movements that don't take much energy to bring Cobra down. Cobra is hurried to the hospital to get medical help after getting a somewhat serious injury. The next day, Hugo Vega, the leader of PFC Combat, asks Case to take responsibility for hurting one of his top fighters. Vega wants Case to replace Cobra. He quickly rejects the offer because he doesn't want to fight for Vega anymore after finding out about their past. A new fighter named Taj asks Vega to let him take Cobra's place. Vega gets fed up and leaves after watching Taj fight, with no other reason. Afterwards, Taj and another fighter named Creech approach Case while he is training, and ask him to teach them how to fight. Once Case completes his training, he intends to become a coach for the 2 young men. That night, Case teaches Taj and Creech some basic punching techniques to start with. The next day, Micah, who seems to like Case, asks him out on a date. As soon as Case accepts her invitation, she learns that Micah is a single mom with a daughter named Morgan, and Case seems to like them both. Between Case and Micah, Maddie is observing them together and eventually chooses to inform Brody about it. On the other hand, because Brody hasn't been showing much enthusiasm for training recently, Vega suggests that Brody take steroids so that he can perform well in the fight, defeat Braga, and help Braga recover before the next match. The conversation then changes to Maddie telling Brody about Micah and Case. Their date was interrupted when Micah mentioned Case's time in prison, which made Case feel uncomfortable. That night, Brody is at the gym and he quickly asks Case to fight him. But Brody hurts Case without choosing, and Case responds with strong hits until he successfully knocks Brody down. Case is asking if Brody has lost control, but it seems like their friendship has ended. The next day, Micah says sorry to Case for making him feel uncomfortable by mentioning the past. After practicing all night, Case and Brody choose to eat dinner together. At that time, Brody realizes he made a mistake. He quickly says sorry to Case. Then, he starts feeling very jealous and loses control. Brody promises that Micah will behave well and be a good partner in their relationship. Brody offers with Case that he needs to focus more on his workouts, since the battle against Braga is drawing closer, and he has decided to win against the bigger adversary. Case does, within the conclusion, reveal that Brody is following Vega's exhortation and taking steroids. Brody trains with Case and Maddie to defeat Braga. Elsewhere, the relationship between Case and Micah grows more grounded, and the two start going out on dates and investing more time together. One day, one of Vega's men pays a visit to Case, and offers him a contract so that he is willing to end up a fighter in PFC Combat. Case turns down the offer, and the man who visits him is one of Vega's men. When Case and Brody arrive at the exercise center the taking after day, they discover other warriors crouched together and observing the tape of Case vanquishing a supremacist cop, whereas the casualty was in cuffs, a long time prior. The video rapidly gets massive reputation and catches the consideration of many people, driving to the entry of journalists inquisitive about conducting a meet with Case. After that, Micah transports Case to one of Vega's houses, so that he can cover up out there, absent from the prying look of the media. She proposes to Case that they take up Vega on his offer to compete in PFC combat. In any case, Case kept on decline. The following day, Case arrives at the exercise center, and is dumbfounded to see that Vega has sent a wrestler called Boris to help Brody, which he and Maddie accept is superfluous and might harm Brody. Case and Maddie's fears are realized when Boris harms Brody's knee whereas training, requiring Brody to experience intensive treatment for weeks, in spite of the fact that his fight against Braga is in fair a matter of days. Since Brody is harmed, Vega at that point offers Case $1 million to battle Braga, so that Case will battle Braga. Micah tells Case that Vega has looked for Brody's harm the most hence distant. Case at that point suspects that Vega may have accidentally hurt Brody on purpose. Case's doubts are finally confirmed the taking after day, when he conducts a covert look of Boris's locker, and finds a text message between Boris and Vega. Within the message, Vega educating Boris to harm Brody, allowing Case to require his put. He educates Brody, Micah and the others almost the circumstance. Case comes to the understanding that he is in fact compelled to battle. But Case and the others are settled to discover a way to halt Braga and Vega, who stand to pick up a parcel of cash from the battle, and to illustrate that Hugo Vega is to fault for Brody's wounds. Moreover, Case begins putting in a part of work within the gym, in planning for the fight against Braga. Micah, who had ended up Case's girlfriend, illuminates Vega, on the night of the battle, that she leaves from her position with him, and would now not be working for him. Case's struggle against Braga draws the consideration of numerous people, counting a well-known military expression star from Thailand named Tony Jaa, who afterward uncovers that he may be a supporter of Case. Whereas Case is having a discussion with Brody within the locker room, he at last has the disclosure of how to put a halt to Vega, and hold him accountable. He is intention mixing up inconvenience with Braga exterior of the ring. After effectively igniting Braga's seethe, he right away assaults Case. They eventually combat exterior the ring, with the entire swarm and the media team covering the heated combat there to see it. Case battles to urge up, and uses Kyokushin, a classic karate strategy, to effectively smash Braga's ribs, after Braga drops him and corners him numerous times, with different ambushes planning to murder him. Case continues to use ordinary karate techniques, despite the reality that the move turns out to be decently successful. He hits Braga within the head with a Katenjeri, which causes the huge fellow to break down and ended up oblivious. Vega is constrained to require a noteworthy budgetary hit due to the battle being called off, since Braga was able to win the match exterior of the ring. This leads to Vega's audience and sponsors requesting their cash back. Vega is enraged, and debilitates legitimate activity against Case. But then Case illuminates Vega that they have verification of his interest within the accident that injured Brody, and he undermines to report Vega, which might fetch Vega millions of dollars in claims. Case, Micah, Brody and their companions at that point exit the battling arena, knowing they have accomplished their objective.